Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to take you around our property and show you everything we have going on. There are a lot of projects that are going to be buttoned up here pretty quick, so we wanted to show you kind of midway what things were looking like, and I'm just so excited. Every spring we usually have a handful of projects that we work on, and then the rest of the year we kind of try to plant and make everything look pretty around them. But I wanted to start on this side of the property because I am so excited. This is the one that's closest to being finished. You might remember the sidewalk that used to be here. So it was 2 feet wide. It started about right here and went to here, and it was big chunks of concrete. It alternated color from gray, pink, but we had friends that wanted to use that concrete, so they came, they dug up the pieces, they're using it at their house, which is awesome. And then we were able to come in with the bricks that we used over on the other west side, the other side of the driveway, so that we start to match. And that's something that we want to do as we go forward. Come here, babe. As we go forward, we just want to try to use some of the same materials so it looks like one cohesive idea. So this is a 3-foot wide sidewalk, flares on the end so that we can, take a cart down and make the corner without, it is a light, yeah, without like clipping a plant or something like that, because before, this side curved, but that side on the other end did not. But if you look down this way, you can see the middle of the sidewalk. There's a little island, which is something that I thought of, and then I waffled on it right up until about the day they put it in, and I'm so glad we went for it because I think it's going to be such a fun, just kind of unique look over here. I wanted to show how you can do some formal things on a smaller scale. In terms of like this flower bed is not very wide at all. I mean, I think it's 9 feet. The center of this sidewalk is 9 feet from the house, and it's probably 10 or 12 maybe to the driveway. I'm horrible at guessing distances, so that is a very rough estimate, but it's a smaller space. Unlike our west side where we did the really long brick pathway with the big urns and things, this is just a little bit scaled down. So there's a brick, of course, circle, and we changed the direction too. So we started, instead of doing running bond all the way around, which is where we would lay the bricks this way, we decided to lay them this way. And then in the middle here, you can see the stake. This is actually where there is a pipe under there so I can plumb drip. Don't kick that, okay? So I can plumb drip up through the piece. We have a gorgeous urn, tall urn from Unique Stone that we got earlier this spring that I ordered specifically for this area. And then the interior here will be gravel rather than complete brick. It'll match the driveway. And I decided to do that because I think it'll look softer than going all brick, and it's less permanent. So if we get the gravel in, come here, babe. If we get the gravel in and decide like, oh, we don't really love it there, maybe we would like all brick, it's much easier to go remove gravel and put brick in than it is to remove brick and put gravel in. What are you doing? Anyway, I'm just so excited about this whole project. This one is the closest to being done. I think I already said that. All they need to do is finish up with the barrier. So these little border things right here, and then they're going to compact this one more time and then put the gravel in. Then we can put our piece in and I can start planting. I already have plants for this area. So come on this way and I want to explain what's going to happen up here. So you can see the sidewalk here flares. The last phase this spring is going to be to remove a bunch more sidewalk up here. So look at Russell up in the lilac. What are you doing, Russell? Anyway, so we're going to remove the sidewalk from the driveway all the way, follow me this way, all the way over here to where it meets up with the concrete that goes underneath this eave right here. Our initial plans for this year was to actually build a wraparound porch around the base here. It'll be elevated just a little bit to meet the bottom of the house because there is like a little bit of concrete down there. That got bumped down the priority list because of everything that we've got going on, but that'll be something we would like to do in the future. So that concrete will eventually be covered, but all of this sidewalk is going to be brick, the same brick that we used on the side, because it looks like, throughout the years, it was added onto, as you do, and you just kind of like form things to fit what's already there. And that's totally fine. But as we go through our landscape, he's trying to jump and get the bee house. Do you want a closer look at that, buddy? So as we do projects, we want to slowly remove things that doesn't match the rest of our stuff. You want to look? And replace it with that brick. See, look, bees make their little homes in there. leaf cutter bees. You want to carry it around for a minute? There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. So the new brick will go all the way to the outside here. And we will find a home for all of these pavers, but this whole thing is going to be brick as well. So it's going to go a little bit wider than it is now, not very much deeper because this is driveway, but I think it's going to be so pretty. I'm so excited about it. Do you want to head to the next area? We can ride on the tractor.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to go put this back though. Can you hang it right there? Good job, bud. This is what Benjamin calls the tractor right here. This is a Gator we're demoing currently. We haven't bought it yet, but we're pretty close because it's awesome. Let me show you this. So if you watched the video where we announced the new land, we were driving a different Gator and it was like top of the line, had all the bells and whistles, and we quickly realized what we didn't need. So we got this electric one. They got this electric one in and brought it down for us to demo. I just turned it on. You can't hear anything. And so check this out. It's so quiet. And that was one of the things. The other one we had was gas operated and it was so loud. And I really wanted something quiet because I don't want to annoy our neighbors, because we are driving around on these things all the time to get, especially to get from our barn now to the new flower garden and such. We wanted it to be something that was quiet. It does still have the hydraulic lift bed. See that, Benjamin? So we can still do that with it. And I don't know like what it can haul like in terms of weight and such, but honestly, like I'm using this to haul my biotone and my shovel and some plants. I'm not going to be hauling like big pallets full of brick or anything like that. And we've used, it says 1.4 hours of battery. They say you should be able to get all day on it. So we've done 1.4 hours so far, and it's one notch down on the battery level. So we'll kind of see how far we can get. So far, I'm really loving this one. It's definitely not as expensive, and it's gonna do the job. So let's head to the next area. All you can hear is the gravel. I love it. That's like just pulling a regular cart around with your stuff on it. Oh boy, here's the next spot. You want a drink? You like to ride in the tractor. Okay, so we're behind the gazebo now, behind the chicken coop. You can see all of these trees lining this area. The reason why they're still sitting here, we will do a video when we plant them, but we are going to have this whole area lined with brick, like we did on the west side, just to keep a very nice distinct barrier between flower bed and gravel driveway. In fact, it will kind of go out a little bit further than it currently is. Like it'll go out about this far. That's why I'm waiting to plant the trees, because I want to know distance wise, like I want to know how everything's going to look once that brick is in here. These are Corinthian lindens right here. We've got 5 of them sitting out here. The first one is there on my left, and then 4 here. So we will space them differently. We'll have still an opening going into the grass over there. And then this opening here is going away. So this is going to become flower bed. The stones are gone. Aaron's mom, Sue, came over and she pulled them all up herself, and she's using them at her house. This will be gone, but Aaron and I are going to attempt a project by ourselves this year. We're going to probably pull this brick up. We're going to create something. We're not even quite sure yet, but we think it's going to be cool. But we're going to have to redo this whole area here. And we do have professionals, obviously, putting in the brick pathway on the other side. For those types of projects, like Aaron and I know our strength, and doing projects that we want to last for a long time, we just hire somebody who's a professional at doing it. But we are going to attempt this one ourselves, because I don't think this one's going to be as difficult, as difficult as like something up there that I want to be very precise. So that's what's going on back here. There is another tree behind the chicken coop, which is an October Glory maple. And I'm very excited for that one. It's got gorgeous fall color. I've never personally grown one in my own garden, and that's one thing I'm considering using, lining the new lane, our new drive. Well, it's not a new driveway, but I'll show you. We're gonna go up there here in a second. This is the next area right here, the east side fence, where we've had our self-watering containers for the last few years. We've got the new containers. They just were scooted to this side while they did some work here. We wanted permanent drip put in this area. We had some drip line. In fact, you can see it kind of dangling from the fence. It's kind of hanging here. It was a temporary drip solution that we set up last year, but we're gonna have it stubbed up from this water pipe every place that there's a container. There was also a hose faucet about 2/3 of the way down the fence line that set out from the fence, and it fell in between two pots, and it looked like I wanted it to look really clean. Plus we wanted the ability to have two faucets. So we have one right here, and then we'll also have the ability to run zones. We'll have 4 extra zones put in out here so we can irrigate around this mulberry tree, which this was, I think, connected into our neighbor's irrigation. So we've never been able to use it because we couldn't figure out where it came from and how to access it properly. So we'll have a zone go to here so we can plant up this area. And then we'll also be able to put zones down the lane there so we don't ever have to trench underneath the road with water. Because we are putting in, of course, we have to put in a well on the new land and run water over there, but we would rather not have to take it underneath the street. So if we can access water from our current property just for that side of the lane for trees and things that we want to have go in, we thought that would be better. And then we also will have a second faucet put in at the very end. So we'll have water access on both ends, and we also have bigger pipe put in, so we'll have more water, like water capacity. I don't get the flow and pressure thing, but it's good. Bigger pipes is good. And Benjamin found some cars. Are you more comfy in your hat now, bud? It's a little bit chilly out here today. We have rain on the forecast for today and tomorrow, and it was just sprinkling, but it is chilly. So now we want to head out to the new property and show you the fence. It's all done, and then share some plans there. Oh, first off, look at these containers. We have some color. So muscari have been blooming just for the last few days. Daffodils are starting in. There's a couple of tulips, and I don't know what my bulb tour is going to look like this year for you guys. It seems like a lot of my bulbs are growing like half size, like really short. And I don't know if it's because of our mild winter or what, but it's still color, and I'm really excited. I mean, there's a lot of beauty yet to come in these containers. And as you can see, if you look across the property, the fence is all done. And I'm thankful that we went with the white 3-rail vinyl. You know that I wanted to do a 3 or 4 rail black wood fence. And I do love those. They're beautiful. My parents have one of those, but when I see this fence, it just shines. Like I can see the property line really easily. It looks very bright and happy, and it matches everything that's here. So I'm really happy with it. And when we got this done, the old fence used to be like kind of right in line with the pole here. But so we gained like, I don't know, 8 or 10 feet. Don't kick, baby. 8 or 10 feet, which is great because that gives us a little more room to do trees. And this is where I kind of want to do October Glory maples. That's one of my thoughts anyway. It is starting to sprinkle a bit, so we'll see how long we last here. But we thought of doing a row of trees here with grass. So very peaceful and simple over here. We may mirror the trees on the other side of the property here, or the other side of the lane. We haven't decided about that yet, but let me just share some we have some big plans and big dreams of what we would like to do, especially up here. We have 3 big poles on this property, and we would love to see if we could get all the electric buried in this area. I don't know how much it would cost or what that would entail, but it would sure be nice not to have to deal with the poles or it's just starting to rain like crazy out here. It would be nice not to deal with the poles or just having to look at them or work around them. And if we can do that, we would love to pull out this whole front fence, get rid of this front road here. And so our lane would come in this way, it would wrap around our property, and then it would exit through on that side and cut through the new land with big deep flower beds on all the sides. But we would like to extend the grass area from our house so it's all connected and it's not separated by this lane right here. So who knows if that's going to actually happen, but it's something that we've been talking about. But then the rest of this here, we had the field burned for the most part. We actually have a neighbor who's a retired firefighter, and he came over and he did it for us made me feel really good that I had a professional out here. There was a huge pile, and that was the whole thing. Like, I went over there and chatted with him, and I was like, Gary, this pile is huge. It's really near our neighbor's trees. And so I don't know, I don't feel comfortable tackling it. And he came and did it the very next day. We don't have a ton of footage of it though, because I didn't know he was coming the next day. We went and did some errands. We were driving down the road that's kind of out there, and we just saw the whole field ablaze. I was like, Aaron, we got to go home. Something's going on. And he was just out here taking care of it. So I think Aaron maybe got his drone up a little bit to get a little bit of that footage, but it was pretty crazy. So we are going to brush hog the rest of it, which is basically just knocking anything else that's left out there standing down. And then we're going to bring in a couple of big truckloads of good compost, especially for my garden area, and we're going to till it in and clean up this whole area. So that's the plan. I'm going to end the video right now because we're getting soaking wet. I'm glad you have a hat on, baby. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you're having a really wonderful day, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. Run, 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 run. Go, 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 go. Run. Show me how fast you can run. Good job, buddy. Good job.